mic. What's up, guys? It's Alex and Jack. It's late episodes of Alex and Jack After Dark.
We got the late night episode.
Yeah, so we are You Don't Know Ball podcast, but our lovely host, Isaac Rowe, is not able to make it today for some crazy reason. But let's just get into it. What happened this weekend? Anybody know? I'm sure Blake Hawkins might know. Gavin Blades might know what happened. But what do you want to talk about?
Them boys down south, son.
Oh, them boys.
Getting their ass whooped.
Unbelievable.
What's up, Ohio State? What y'all doing?
Yeah. What happened, Ryan Day? What happened? Yeah, obviously a huge game down in Columbus this weekend. Michigan comes out with the win, shocking the entire nation, and with a score of 13-10. Dude, I couldn't tell you. I was going in it. All year. I mean, I've been on the podcast all year, just being like, nope, Michigan's not going to win this game. Nobody really just thought they were going to win. If we did a pick 'em this week, I was going to pick Michigan because I'm definitely not going to pick Ohio State. But yeah, overall, it was just a crazy day to be a Wolverine fan. I mean, Davis Warren's pick at our Ohio State's won. Yeah, I was like, well, here we go. This is the game. Mm-hmm. And then Warren threw another. The first pick that he threw is on Ohio State's on our 10-yard line, I think. And then he threw another one on their one. So that was I was just like, holy cow!
That was a clincher all game.
Dude, I couldn't tell you how happy I was seeing.
Crazy defensive game, dude. Michigan's run defense was freaking crazy.
I'm pretty sure they held him to like 77 yards rushing yesterday.
I'm trying to find it, but I wouldn't doubt it. Like against Travion Henderson and Judkins, that is crazy. The Michigan's
it's unheard of, and they haven't. None of the teams have been able to do that when Ohio State has played. None of them.
Those boys balled out. Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant.
Yeah, just Derek Moore,
defensive MVPs.
Stewart, all of them played really well yesterday. Here, I'll give you some stat lines from Ohio State's rushing. So
77 yards.
Yeah, 77 yards, and their leading rusher was Quidjon Junkins.
Mm-hmm.
We at the beginning of our existence of the podcast, we thought he was going to be a Heisman hopeful. That didn't come true. So, honestly, it was just an insane defensive game, and I'm really proud of the Michigan Wolverines for how they were going. Nobody gave them a chance. Nobody was really like there for them, and Sherrone Moore and that team is just pulled something out of their, you know what?
Yeah, they pulled something out, dude. I wish they could have been playing like that all year.
I hope so. I wish. Dude, I wanted that to happen all year round, but I'm like, I'm glad it came out like yesterday. But
our boy Zavada, that dude.
Zavada.
That dude needs an NFL contract after that game.
If he's not picked number 1 in the draft, I don't know who else is better than him. I don't know who else.
Dude, that guy's crazy.
It's crazy.
Especially compared to Ohio State's kicker. I think they're having open tryouts on campus today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy is not out of the stadium. I think he might be locked up in there.
I think Jack Sawyer murdered him.
Jack Sawyer, dude. Jack Sawyer. Bro, yeah, I mean, the fight was outrageous. Mm-hmm. Not good for college football. But for that rivalry,
I loved it.
It was.
There was like 3 separate times that they started fighting again.
Oh yeah, I mean pepper spray,
that's wild that they pepper sprayed them.
You don't see that in in college football. That's just crazy. So it's good to see that rivalry is still at their throats. So,
dude, I was at work and I look at the TV. I see some Ohio State player getting ragdolled by a Michigan guy.
Yeah, dude, I just saw something today. It was a tight end who was 200 25 pounds for Ohio State, was getting absolutely thrown around by Quentin Johnson, who was 209 pounds, just in the post-game brawl. I was just like, oh my God. They're getting their asses beat twice in the same day.
And then that kind of calmed down. And then you see the guy circling with the Michigan flag coming right down the sea of red.
Like, dude. Causing more issues than Sawyer finally.
Sawyer ripped the flag out of his hand.
Yeah, and then Ryan Day doesn't do anything. Like, literally just watch the entire thing happen. And I don't know what was Shore Moore doing. I didn't see if he was in the middle of it or trying to help or anything. But
I didn't see him in it either. But
Fox did him dirty when they just showed Ryan Day just completely watching the situation just unfold. So, it was fun. It was all fun. Dude. Yeah, dude, he's Ryan. If he doesn't win at least one playoff game this year, he's gone. Which will be sad for us because.
Then we're never not gonna keep whooping ass.
Yeah, I know. But definitely an early Christmas present. Happy December, whoever is listening to this. Yeah, dude, that was just insane, and that was just the beginning of the week. Like there were some other games that just went into this. Almost every rivalry went into a fight after the game, or during the game, or before the game. Like.
Well, it's wild that Ohio State kept trying to run the ball on Michigan.
Yeah,
it's like they were cooking us on that first drive, just throwing the ball.
Dude, the amount of talent they have on the receiving core and the quarterback was okay. Like Will Howard is nothing special.
Early.
Yeah,
I think because we cracked him early.
Markel Page. Yeah, dude,
being worse than. That led us to having a good time.
Everybody was like, I saw TikToks after the game, and they were like, "That was such a dirty hit." I'm like, dude, he dove forward or whatever it was.
He wasn't sliding.
No, and it wasn't like head to head either. And I can't stand Gus Johnson, so we were heading up on a little trip, a weekend trip, and we were listening to Michigan radio broadcast, and I had the game on my phone. I just muted Gus Johnson because he's so biased towards Ohio State. It's like unbelievable. And they were talking about that hit, and John Jansen, Michigan O-lineman, was like, "Oh yeah, look at that wing!" It was so funny. I was just like, "Holy cow!" But some other stats, some players of the game, I really think we should spread light on is Khalil Mullings was an absolute unit.
When he rolled that long one near the end of the game.
Yes. And he took almost all the carries. Donovan Edwards got hurt in the first quarter. He had 32 carries, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. I mean,
he went crazy, man.
Absolute beast. Another performance that wasn't really flashy, but Davis Warren did enough to get the win. I mean, there was some rollout passes that he needed to just
his run at the end
alive. The first down run, that was huge.
He was looking quick, dude. I thought that was JJ McCarthy for a second.
I thought so too. I was like, holy cow. But 2 senior leaders that were just absolute dominant specimens on the football field yesterday.
Yeah.
Not stat wise, but they did obviously they did enough to win. And we only led by 3, and we didn't let Ohio State score at all in the second half. Like, that does not happen. That did not happen the entire season. So credits to the Michigan defense. Everybody on that team.
Hold the team to that to 10 points.
Yeah. Crazy. So Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, all the D line that we just mentioned. The corners stepping up, especially Jair Hill and who is it?
Amir Hall.
Amir Hall, big interception. I mean, stepping up when Will Johnson is out. Another guy I want to give some credit to is Marlon Keene, or Colson Loveland's backup tight end. I mean, he had a pretty good game too. He had 3 receptions, and 2 of them were really big first down pickups. So obviously that was huge. Peyton O'Leary, big first down catch. Ty Morris had an okay game too. He had 1 catch for 14 yards, so it wasn't really that good. But
most of these guys only had 1 catch, man.
but
We were running the ball.
Kendrick Bell threw a good ball to get a pass interference, and then ended up not getting anything out of that. But, dude,
I thought he was going to haul that in too.
I thought so too. I thought he was like crazy. Right here. He was right here. So, yeah, credits to Michigan Wolverines and letting the naysayers know that even though they were 6-5, they still know how to beat Ohio State, and
they ain't forget.
They were not born on third base. So let's just keep it at that.
That's the first time in like 70 years an unranked Michigan team has been a ranked Ohio State team.
It is.
I saw some comments on TikTok. They're like, "This is worse than the Purdue game a few years ago."
I love watching Ohio Tate and Big Ev from Barstool just absolutely cry about the game. Like, they were talking so much trash this year, and rightfully so. Michigan was terrible for a few weeks, but dude, losing to that Michigan team, and they're not even in contention for a Big Ten championship.
No.
So that's just unbelievable. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. You're welcome, Indiana. You're welcome, Penn State. You're welcome, Oregon. You might have not have won again if you beat Ohio State, if we let Ohio State in there. So, huge games this week.
So isn't it Penn State against Oregon, or
it's Penn State against Oregon?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So that'll be a good game. Good matchup. We'll see what happens. The tight ends for Penn State is pretty insane. Everybody on Oregon is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bill Gabriel's having a really good season, but obviously a really good weekend of college football. So let's move on from the main game of the day to the Iron Bowl. The Crimson Tide pulls it out, a 28-14 win against Auburn. Jack, what about it?
I didn't even watch this game.
You did?
No. I was at work, dude. I was watching the Michigan game.
Right. So Payton Thorne for Auburn had 24 for 41, 301 yards, 7.3 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's pretty much. I mean, 300. They didn't get anything. Oh, they got 98 yards rushing, but that was off of one guy and Payton Thorne. Apparently, Payton Thorne had some wheels apparently because he had 42 rushing yards.
Looked like he was having a game yesterday. Shoot.
Yeah. So.
I mean, that's always a close game, though.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
Like last year,
dude.
That was a crazy ending to that game.
I was just seeing that. I was about to see that. I thought we were about to see another one of those games, but Joe Miller got the job done. He had a pretty good game actually. He dominated passing and rushing.
Yeah.
Except he did have one interception.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, rushing with three rushing touchdowns yesterday is just insane. So
Lamar Jackson, who?
Yeah, no. Not going there yet. Not going there at all. Actually, but we'll see what happens for playoff contentions for the Crimson Tide. That definitely helps beating them and seeing. I don't really know if Ohio State losing really affects them at all. I know. We'll get into a game later. We'll get into a game later about our boy Cade Klumnik that I will discuss after a huge game that happened in Southern California. Notre Dame takes down the USC Trojans 49-35. Riley Leonard had a pretty good game. I mean, obviously he had one pick, which was really bad, but Notre Dame has enough to get the job done. And I want to talk about USC's quarterback, Jaden Minava or whatever his name is. He was 27 for 49, 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the 2 interceptions that he had were both 99 or 100-yard pick sixes at the end of the game.
We got to tell this guy, red and white are 2 different colors. Quit throwing the freaking white jerseys in the fourth quarter.
Dude,
I turned that game on, and he threw his first pick. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, first of all, if your dude didn't trip and fall, he was covered all day long.
Yeah.
Like
He was
I
locked. And they were picking on that corner all day. You don't know that, but they were picking on him all day, and they got pass interference calls and whatever. And I mean, they got huge catches on him, but he came up huge with a pick six.
Yeah,
and then Xavier Watts gets the other one, which is basically the same play.
Right.
So, it was unbelievable seeing that. Isaac was super excited because this obviously means that they're playoff lock. We'll see what happens there. But good win for Notre Dame. Obviously, defense a struggle. They're gonna have to clean some stuff up to go into the playoffs. So
yeah, you don't want a team like USC scoring 35 on you, but
no,
you pull that one out.
Let's put this in perspective. USC did go to overtime with Penn State. They were at Southern California. Notre Dame was.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State was an overtime game. Michigan beat them by a score, not even. And yeah, there was some of USC's losses that are in that they lost could have been easily a win on their record. So that was a good USC team. Obviously, the kid's a freshman, the USC's quarterback.
Do they not have Miller Mouse no more?
I think he's like
he get hurt.
No, I think he either got hurt or he's trying to enter the transfer portal because I don't know. But yeah, they got something with that kid. It's literally Caleb Williams reincarnated. But he was there. Caleb Williams was there, by the way. Ooh, my mic fell.
After getting that ass whooped, boy.
Yeah, dude. Thank God. Thank God he sucks. But yeah. Let's move on to and did you see the punch that I think it was Riley Mills?
What the hell?
I don't know how the officials lost that, but
that's like he should have been kicked out for that.
No, it's not should have. He should have gotten kicked out.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why they didn't even see it. So
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I saw that on Instagram. I'm like, holy, he just full on haymaker.
Full on punched him.
Yeah.
His head dribbled off the ground. I'm sure Isaac will want to cover that as we have another episode, hopefully this week on time.
Maybe we can get him on a phone call as a special guest.
Yeah. As we get into the holiday season, it's probably going to be a little bit busy for the host. So we're going to try our best to get some episodes out and continue. And do we have anything else to say about Notre Dame? Because I got a pretty good game that we have to cover after this one.
Let's move on.
South Carolina Clemson. Our boy Cade Klumnik shits the bed again. Unbelievable.
What's new?
What's new for Cade Klumnik? He had 24 for 36, 280 yards, and no touchdowns and one interception. Pretty sure that interception ended the game for them. Hysterical, honestly. South Carolina, congrats to you guys. You're a pretty good ball club. We might see you guys in the playoffs. We might not.
Dude, South Carolina's been sneaky this year.
Yeah, dude. They've
been playing some good ball recently.
Yeah, they beat Texas A&M. They almost beat Alabama.
Yeah.
There was another.
They almost beat LSU.
They almost beat LSU at the beginning of the season. That could have been a big win. But their 3 losses are really good honestly, their no losses are really good, but they're really good losses to have.
I mean, they lost to LSU, Ole Miss, and Bama.
Those are
doesn't get much better than that for losses.
I mean, all ranked teams. They didn't lose and they finally beat Clemson, who was the number 12 team in the country.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Syracuse didn't win yesterday, Clemson would have been out of the playoffs. But now that freaking
that video of their coach, I got you, Dabo.
Yeah, that's Syracuse had to do it yesterday.
Who were they playing? SMU?
They were playing Miami. Miami lost.
Miami's in still?
Huh?
No, who's in the ACC championship?
Oh, sorry. SMU and Clemson.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for an SMU win there because I don't want to see Cade Klumnik get a freaking pansy.
Get a chip.
Dude. They're not going to win a Big Ten. They're not. Excuse me. National championship because there's other really good teams that are in the playoffs. I really think that Ohio State will run through them. Notre Dame will run through them. Whoever SMU, I think SMU is really good. I think they're going to beat.
They're playing well.
So,
I don't really know who they've played, but
well, they're number 9 in the country. They just beat Cal 38-6, and earlier this year Cal had a pretty good game with Miami. So, I mean, they're 11. SMU's 11-1, and their only loss was to
BYU.
Yeah, and BYU is a pretty good ball club too.
Nah, SMU is getting dog walked by anyone in the top 12 right now.
Oh yeah, no.
They ain't played anybody good. They shouldn't be number 9.
They played Pitt.
I don't like
48-25.
Yeah, but Pitt's not that great this year. I don't know.
I don't think anybody in the
ACC put Michigan in instead of SMU.
Yeah, dude. But I don't think anybody in the ACC is that good.
No, ever since T-Law left, ACC ain't been that good.
No, none of them are that good. Arizona State destroys Arizona 49-7. Not really a big story there, other than the fight after the game with a type of a flag planting with their pitchfork that they had. Flag planting yesterday was a must do.
That's just hurting people's feelings, I guess. Last time I checked, you could plant flags.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want someone at home,
Baker Mayfield mentality is just not accepted in college football anymore.
Hey, Baker Mayfield did it to Ohio State, and they didn't fight him.
No, because they were all I think they were either in the locker room. They're like, I remember watching that game, and Reese is just like, "Oh, here comes the Ohio State band." I'm like, they're not gonna do anything.
The band.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? The script and then throw their tubas at you? No way.
Man, them band kids might have some hands on them. We don't know.
Yeah, you might not be wrong. That
you just see Mason Graham getting choke held up in the air off his feet.
Yeah, dude, like what the? I mean, obviously Michigan and Ohio State, they both had players instigating, so it's not like either team is in the wrong.
I love it. I love when they're fighting.
Yeah, it's fun to see the rivalry be like that, but obviously, we do not promote fighting in college football.
Keep fighting in college football. Let's get into the Miami Syracuse.
Yeah, let's go to Miami Syracuse.
Good thing for my boy Kyle McCord, former Ohio State boy.
I think that's hilarious. Did you see his post-game interview?
Yeah. Everything comes
full circle.
Yeah, it comes full circle.
Hysterical.
That dude balled yesterday. 380 yards and 3 touchdowns.
He had a really good game. I mean, Cam Ward did everything he could too. He had 349 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's not the offense that was the problem. It's their defense.
No, it is not Cam Ward's fault at all. That dude.
Cam Ward had a really good season. So,
but Miami's been getting exposed a lot recently.
I don't really follow Miami, but like, is it injuries that might be like causing some miscues on the defensive side, or is it?
I have no idea, but I mean, what was it, that Georgia Tech game?
Yeah, Georgia Tech, 28-23. I mean, that just basically started it. I mean,
I remember watching the Duke game a little bit. They ended up winning that one 53-31, but that was close for a while.
Yeah.
So,
dude, that was just pretty good. That game was pretty good. I mean, credits to Syracuse. They had they always have an amazing environment to go play in. I'm never there, but it's just watching their games.
You never been there, man?
Well, I did play him in college football at 25, and that was really loud.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
My routes were so shaky.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't get anything going. But
none of my receivers could hear me. Couldn't call any audibles.
Our headsets were not working with our head player to coach communication wasn't working, so that was a doozy. But I want to talk one more college football game.
Want to talk about Texas?
I'll mention Indiana. Indiana comes back with a pretty good win against a 1-10 Purdue team, that 66-0.
Yeah, 66.
That and their Purdue's head coach just got fired this morning. So, pretty good comeback win for that. I mean, obviously they're with that score, they had to score that many points to just be at least considered for the playoffs. I think.
Yeah,
I think they're in, but
hopefully,
yeah. So that was a pretty good game,
dude. Let's go into Did you watch any of that Texas game?
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, it
I
was
wish
only
Isaac was here so I could tell him. I told you
yeah,
Texas
me too.
A&M
Me
was not
too.
going to make the dang SEC
Yeah,
championship.
he's gonna be editing this. So Isaac, good job, dude. You just picked the 8-14 to get absolutely smoked by Texas.
Yeah, bud.
I mean, Texas A&M's offense literally just crapped the bed. The
Yeah, they were
defense of Texas
horrible.
A&M did everything they could to get them back in that game. A pick six, causing turnovers. They did everything in that final quarter, and they just couldn't get anything going.
Nope.
So that was a really. I thought I was really hoping that would be a more fun game to watch, but it's just. Boring.
But the SEC championship has been decided.
Yep.
Georgia and the Longhorns.
Georgia and the Longhorns.
After Georgia squeaks it out against Georgia Tech. We didn't even talk about that.
No, we didn't.
8 overtimes.
8 overtimes. That's insane. I don't know. Was Georgia pretty much locked going into that game? I don't know.
Locked for the championship?
Yeah.
I don't know, because if
they would have lost that game, we could have seen
I think
Texas.
they had 2 losses in the SEC, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not.
We could have seen maybe, I don't know.
Hold on, I'll look at it.
When you're looking at that, we posted something earlier in the year what we thought the SEC championship would be, and Isaac was the only one that guessed correctly about it. He picked Georgia and Texas, and I picked Georgia and Tennessee, and I think you picked Georgia and Ole Miss. But we were all really close. We were all literally going to the final week of college football regular season. We were all pretty close to getting that one right.
Yeah, so Georgia was 6-2 in conference, and Tennessee was 6-2. So it would have been between those,
dude.
2. Well, no, if Georgia would have lost that, it would have been Tennessee
and
Texas.
So I would have been pretty close.
It would have been pretty close.
So that was pretty good week in SEC ball, and then our
boys at Ole Miss kind of failed us there at the end of the season.
Yeah, hey, we all picked Lane Kiffin as the coach of the year for the SEC, but I don't know how that's going to really happen. Final college football game we'll cover is the Oregon game. Oregon got their get back from last year and won 49-21 to probably stay as the number 1 seed for the playoffs.
For everything.
They're
number 1 in the country right now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let's talk about some NFL. We'll only talk about one game that we really need to talk about. So it happened on Thanksgiving with the Lions and the Bears.
The Detroit Lions.
Whoa. I mean, too close.
Yeah, way too close.
Way too close, especially with that team. A 4-8 team, bro. So, obviously, Thanksgiving hates the Lions, so maybe that could play a little factor in it. But getting over that losing streak is probably
first time they won since 2016, man.
Yeah, dude.
But our defensive injuries are killing us right now.
Yeah, but they just saw it. Did you see that they just signed Jamal Adams to a practice squad?
Did they really?
Yep.
I didn't even know he was eligible for that.
I didn't think so either. But they're
who was he playing for last?
The Titans.
Was he? I didn't even know that.
I didn't know either. But
because last time I saw him, it was the Seahawks. He was on.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Jamal Adams in a long time.
Yeah, me neither. They signed him today. They're gonna put him on the practice spot and eventually elevate him to the full squad.
Hey, that ain't bad.
We'll see how that happens. We'll see what maybe he'll. I don't know what they're really planning on doing with him. I mean, we obviously need some help in the back end.
Yeah,
depth wise, but
because Carlton Davis got hurt, and
Davis is hurt. I think
Arnold and Rakestraw, were hurt.
Yeah, they're fighting something.
Back to it. Yeah. But honestly, shout out that freaking D line.
Yeah, dude.
For backing them out of field goal range.
Yep.
And just messing with Caleb Williams.
Darius Smith. Yeah, dude.
Big Z. Thanks for coming.
I
Thanks
don't
for coming
know.
to Detroit, man.
Thank God the Bears don't know how to use a timeout because
Oh my! With 20 seconds left, I'm like, is he not going to call this timeout?
I was shocked that he wasn't calling it. I was like, okay, they're gonna call timeout here, and then Caleb Williams was just like, literally just acting like they just lost the game with 40 seconds left. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And then he just ended up just throwing it to the middle of the field to like a double covered.
Yeah, that was a
no
wild throw
mistake.
at the end of the game.
So, just an overall sloppy win. It didn't really feel like a win at the beginning, at the end of the game when I was biting into my turkey leg. But, yeah. Speaking of that, happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a really good holiday. And,
Happy American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, American Thanksgiving. I don't know any of our Canadian listeners or listeners or whoever. They had a few weeks ago, or really a month ago. So
our European listeners too. I think we got some people out in Norway or something.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. The European mind cannot out comprehend rivalry.
Yeah, it doesn't even know what Thanksgiving is. They still mad that we got Thanksgiving because we left them.
Welcome to a history lesson with Jack and Alex.
Reminds them of the divorce.
All right, you want to do some Weddle?
Let's do some Weddle out.
Let's see if I can figure this out. Maybe I do this. All right. See my screen?
Yeah, it's loading in.
All right. Who's our first guest?
Jameis Winston. Gotta love my boy.
All right. So he's lower than number 5, and he's not a quarterback or Cleveland or AFC.
Yeah, so he's in the NFC somewhere.
Maybe, how tall is he? Lower than 6'4"?
Yeah. Montgomery.
Yeah. Is it in type?
Or Knuckles. Whatever y'all want to refer to him as.
Okay. 5'11", AFC North and NFC North, but not on Detroit or a running back. So
try Jordan Addison.
Is he 5'11"?
I think so. Isn't he number 2 as well?
Yeah. No, I think he's 11.
Is he?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Maybe
Moore. Try DJ Moore.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is he older than 27?
No,
he's
but he's a
wide
receiver
though.
So who's the NFC North team? So we just did the Lions and the Bears. Green Bay. What's Green Bay's or Minnesota's?
So he's number 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Who's number 4?
Oh, Addison. I think Addison is 3. Now that I think of it, but I don't think he's 5'11". Let's just look. Oh, there we go. Wow, we should have just been done that the last time. How about that?
We could have had it in 3, Alex. Damn it.
I know we could have. We could have, bro. Not really any other NFL games are really good today. I mean, the Bucks. Oh wait, no, Bucks and Panthers are in overtime right now, 23-all. So
really,
that could be the one. Colts beat the Patriots. Steelers beat the Bengals. Chargers beat the Falcons. Seahawks beat the Jets. Texans beat the Jaguars. Cardinals beat the Vikings. Titans beat the Commanders. Rams beat the Saints. Eagles beat the Ravens. That was actually kind of a shocking game. But we needed the Eagles to lose to the Ravens. And I think Seattle needed to lose too to clinch playoffs. But I'll have to wait for another week. Obviously on Thanksgiving, Lions beat the Bears. Giants lost to the Cowboys. Packers beat the Dolphins, which was Packers looked like they were playing the school, just like a high school team because Miami
Packers
just
were playing some ball that day. The Dolphins
Miami,
were not.
Miami just can't play football under 40 degrees. So
No, not at all.
shocking there.
Did you see their coach? He's like, yeah, I was throwing ice cubes at him all week during practice.
Yeah, that really is going to help with 40-degree weather. Dude, they can't. But the thing is, they can't even they can't even do anything about it. Like they can make their indoor facility as cold as they want to; it'll still be like 60.
Yeah.
So
you can't simulate being at Lambeau.
No, and the frozen tundra now. So shout out to Johnny Holloway. I'm pretty sure he's pretty excited about that. But, and Ant a big win for the Steelers today. So. And then to finish it all off before the Sunday night game with the Bills and the Niners, which that will be it literally looks like it's going to be played in the North Pole. So that's pretty cool.
Is Buffalo pretty snowy over there?
Yeah, they were apparently they've been shoveling it like all day. So, yeah, but Chiefs beat the Raiders in a really bad effort of the Aiden O'Connell at the end of the game to fumble the snap.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing?
Dude, he wasn't locked in. And then
Brock Bowers though,
dude,
looking like a generational tight end.
I mean, that poor guy, bro. He's such a good player, and is just surrounded by terrible just terrible other players.
Terrible everything. But I think he's got like the third or fourth most receiving yards in the NFL right now.
Yeah, dude, he's just unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then tomorrow, Monday, we can do this as our pick 'em. Browns Broncos. I mean, I think I'm gonna take the Broncos on this one.
Give me the Bronx. Bo Nix is looking really good lately.
Really good. I picked him up in fantasy. Speaking of fantasy, let's just slide into there real fast.
Do a little fantasy review.
Yeah,
we ain't done one in a few weeks.
So in the league, I am playing Garrett this week, and I'm supposed to win, but right now I'm winning 121 to 109. Landon is losing to Isaac, 103 to 94. Isaac's predicted to win. Grant is winning against Blake, 112 to 77. Eric is beating Sam, 127 to 103, and Eric is predicted to win. Jack will beat Grayson, upset with an 8-4 team, and Grayson goes down will go down as 11-2. You had a pretty good week, 145 points, 129, and you're not even done yet.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. You have the Broncos defense, so we could see at least 150 on that.
Let's see it.
So yeah, going into playoffs, and I think it's in 2 weeks, a week from maybe after this. But yeah, I'm pretty much a lock after that win. Isaac has a pretty good chance of making it too. We could see either Eric or right now for the 6th spot, Garrett, Blake, and Eric are pretty much in the tie. Sam's gonna be out after this loss, and Landon's been out since basically week 2. So
here are the results from the NFL for week 2. The Eagles were beaten by the
Thanks, Siri.
Siri's stopping off.
Yeah, bro.
Stop it, Siri. Leave me alone.
Yeah, playoffs. So if playoffs were to end right now, Grayson would still get the bye. I would be playing Isaac, and we all know that rivalry is dominated by Isaac.
Might not be though.
Garrett and Grant would get a bye. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting next 2 weeks in fantasy. We'll keep you on track with that. That's basically it for me this week. I know it's pretty much a pretty boring episode today, but
no, it wasn't. This was great.
This was actually a pretty fun episode. This is a pretty fun episode. I'm not gonna lie. After dark episode, a recap of the insane rivalry weekend. We're going into the championship weekend next week. We'll come out with an episode hopefully on Friday if everything goes on time, goes well. Hope you guys got your merch on Black Friday. We didn't really do a sale, but we're hoping for a link soon if that's what you guys are waiting for.
Yeah, we'll get it by next Black Friday at least.
Yeah, and maybe even the next 2 years from now. So
yeah,
we don't know about that.
We'll get it when Ohio State beats Michigan again. It's not looking too good since
we never. Oh,
since Bryce Underwood is coming to Michigan.
Just because of that, I think we have to play this song. Just to let us to sign us off for a very good college football weekend. Go Blue! We don't know ball and you don't know ball, or I don't know how it's really gone. We'll see on the next one.
We don't know ball, you don't know ball. Ain't nobody know ball.
Ain't nobody know ball, and especially Ryan Day doesn't know ball.
Yes, sir.
Go Blue! We'll see you in the next one.